So today's episode is going to be about everything that I've worked on since I've entered the film industry. I will be posting a lot of behind the scenes on movies, shows, anything that's already been released that I worked on, so you know the credibility of what I'm talking about. And then just to show you some behind the scenes. I've honestly neglected showing a lot of behind the scenes because when I go from a show, I go from show to show to show. When my first show or movie will drop, all that BTS, all that footage that I have working on set, I completely forget to post. So,
without further ado, let's go ahead and get into these behind the scenes videos. So my first show ever was a show called Naomi, which was an Ava DuVernay show. It was about a coming of age black girl superhero in the DC world. This was my first time on set ever. Before this, I had worked in costumes, so seeing set life and movie magic was just so beyond words for me. It felt like I had reached an amazing goal. Set days be the best. I'm just gonna come in here and look at myself in the, oh, I can't. Okay. So what I'm showing now is a shot that we worked on where we were blue screening in the wings of a DC character. And obviously he's supposed to be in mid-flight with the blue screen surrounding him. So this is what it took to get him to look like he was flying with wings. He is on wires in the air, suited up. We have a big blue screen around him and we have a big platform underneath him. So we have the camera at a big angle. We have the actress that he's talking to for eyeline underneath the camera. And all this is what it took to get this shot working. Now this isn't as cool, but if you've seen Harold and the Purple Crayon, you'll be able to recognize the bike and the costumes, but you'll hear my voice a little bit yelling, rolling in cuts. And with the camera in the sky, it becomes our job to keep the crew safe. So in this shot, the drone was playing as our camera. So second unit gets a lot of wide shots of driving where you can't see the actors' faces. Within there, we have a drone shot that gets big wide shots. So that loud helicopter noise you're hearing is actually our drone hovering above our bike. On set for Harold and the Purple Crayon feature film. So in this next behind the scene clip that I have, I'm sitting in a coworker's car taking a small break, but we have a big outside setup that includes these hanging pieces, but here you'll see a clear, better shot. There we go, that oversized load. But look at these grips working here. Now, all this for a few shots. Specifically, this shot was for the rocket ship scene, Harold and the Purple Crayon. If you haven't seen it yet, it's on Netflix. Check it out, guys. Now, this one I know I've posted already, but the idea of you, but in this shot we had Annie and all the other actors in the car talking, and we were outside getting our shot. And yes, the vehicle was moving on a live road. I explain in detail. Brilliant staged by myself what looks like it's set up for Coachella or an actual big band. But here I am to say, if you are interested in knowing more about that, either leave me a comment or check out my post on IG. If you've seen it, you know that there's a big band that tours the world. This stage is particularly for them. But there's also a lot of shots where we're looking at their fans. So when we're pointing the camera at the fans away from the stage, you still have to entertain the fans. So me and a colleague of mine got up there and we're trying to dance it up like the band so that, you know, the background actors would be hyped. When I tell you, they were super happy, they were super hyped. It's an amazing feeling being someone pretty normal, getting up there and having at least 150 people screaming. I can't describe how amazing and blessed I felt to be able to do this at work. Like, I know it's just for fun. I know nobody's going to see me, but getting up there in front of your whole production and showing that you can get the backgrounders to get lit is just wow. And it's crazy that this is a part of my job. It's crazy to me, but I had so much fun doing this. Never in my life had I had an experience where I got a whole stage to dance and just be silly. And that's all we were doing, just being silly. Oh my gosh, I have so many details about this. I just don't know how I can go into all of it. So if anyone has any questions, please.
God, it is an incredible honor to be here on this iconic stage. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate all of you. Ready, boys?
Ask away in the comments or anything, but here we turned around to seeing the band playing now. This was shot on a whole different day since everything's different. Oh my gosh, okay, this is one of my favorites of Annie. So it's just us watching her live on Q-Take, which is a program that we use during production. So everyone who needs to have access to the camera can see what's going on. If they need to fix clothing, hair, lighting, or any department needs to just check on. But I just love how natural Annie is. All she's doing is packing for camp, but she's so into her character. I love seeing her dive in. And my friends, that's a wrap on episode 2, but don't you fret because
I have a lot of new stuff that's going to come out this year and next year. So I will be updating you guys when that stuff drops. Please comment, questions, TikToks, red notes, Jamba Juices. But for now, keep it classy, mother fudgers. Can I cuss?
all right, there goes me being silly. You'll see a lot of that. But thank you so much for coming to the studio with me. I feel like you basically just came to work with me. Of course, I have a lot, way more BTS than that, but I just tried to get the highlights in there, what was majority of my favorites. Also, if you're wondering, we are leaving Trilith Studios currently in this video. That's why there's all this exiting going on with the big truck. So if you've made it into the video this far, I appreciate it so much. And I know that you're a true film fan or connoisseur, if you say. But please leave a comment. Follow me on Instagram, on TikTok, and YouTube. I'll be connecting all my links below. So please, please be on the lookout for episode 3 coming out next Friday. Love my film family, and I will check you out next Friday. Bam, 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 bam.